right? If you're a co-host and you're looking to be put on the list of co-hosts, you can have your hand up. But once again, thank you all. Welcome. The name is Kojo, Blockchain Kojo, and I'm excited to share with you today what we have here. A very exciting project. This is a blockchain cryptocurrency project. And as you know, in the beginning, FinTalk used to be just about lending and borrowing. But when you have a company that has a vision, right, that has a goal to scale up to the masses, to reach the global masses, then you understand that they need to be dynamic, right? They need to have the ability to adapt, to change, and to develop their technology. We are in the space called ROI. A lot of you are here because you want to find a way to make passive income, right? What if I told you that we have found a way to 40x our capital in 12 months? Yes, 40x your capital in 12 months. We're going to show you the numbers. We're going to show you the strategy. But more importantly, we're going to talk about the technology, right? Because you can make money anywhere, right? There's so many projects. They just build a website, takes 5 minutes. You pay a guy on Fiverr, creates a website. They say, come put your deposit and make X amount of dollars every single day, ROI. But what happens time and time again, they are gone. We are looking here at a project that has been around since June of 2022, had a great success run with the initial stage of what they started with lending and borrowing, and they realized we cannot do this like this and go and get the masses in. We're going to need regulation. We're going to need to reach into markets beyond what we started in, and they have adapted a roadmap. They had talked about it. You saw the video over 5-6 months. They talked about their blockchain. They talked about their ecosystem. And today we're going to dive into it briefly and then go and look at the new ecosystem that has launched within the last 30 to 60 days. We have been waiting. A lot of us just, trying other things, being on a vacation break. Want to say welcome from your vacation. Now it's time to earn, right? So when you look at the biggest companies like Apple, right, like Microsoft, why are they all around? Why are they continuing to redevelop and redefine themselves, right? When Apple came out with the iPhone 1, that was not the end. They didn't just drop one phone and say, that's it. They keep on upgrading. A lot of you must have updated your iOS to your iPhone last night or today because they need to keep updating. And when you have a project that literally embodies the same technology roadmap as some of these big names out there, it lets you know that they are really planning for the future. If it was just about today, if it was just about ROI, I believe FinTalk wouldn't even need to create the technology that we have. And now let's talk about this technology, right? They have rebranded to the FinTalk chain, their own blockchain, 2 layers, a main chain and a layer 1, right? They have their design principle and technology. We're talking about a app that allows you to access the entire financial infrastructure of this project. Embedded inside your app is a decentralized wallet, a seed phrase wallet that allows you to store crypto. And for the first time, we have a decentralized wallet that allows us to stake and earn up to 40x in 1 year, right? You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to go learn about the charts. In fact, you don't have to know a lot of stuff about crypto, but just the basics that we'll teach you and we'll be able to share here today. Once again, I am not a financial advisor. The name is Blockchain Kojo, but I will share as much as I know to help empower everyone in this community, right? So here we're going to look at the decentralized blockchain ecosystem. Now, we've seen a lot of things come up in FinTalk already that they have developed, right? One of them is Finso. As you can see right here, number 5, Finso is a GameFi section. You're able to play games like slots, adventure games currently. They just added one of those, but they are literally building more games, and it's built on a 3D Unreal Engine where they're going to have metaverse games as well, all play to earn. Currently, you can take FTC. We'll talk about FTC, the native token, play games. You might be able to double it, triple it, right? You might be able to do all these things. Sometimes you might lose playing the game, but we're going to talk about a function that allows you to earn back some of your losses even while playing. No one is doing this in this space at the moment, right? The next thing we know that has been launched in this ecosystem is number 3, sorry, actually not number 3, but Finswap. We'll look at Finswap very soon, but coming soon is FinX, a derivatives exchange. If you're here and you're big in crypto and you know about other derivative exchanges like GMX, right? Like Dydix, right? Like all these big synthetics, all these big names that are out there that give people the ability to option and leverage trades on crypto like Bitcoin. Think about the market that is coming into FinTalk when they launch this derivative exchange, right? Now, the most exciting part to me is FinPay. What is FinPay? FinPay is the payment service, right? So think about Square. If you're in the US, think about Square. Think about PayPal, right? Around the world, we know about PayPal. Think about Cash App, right? Think about all these different services, or just compare it to Ripple. If you're in the crypto space, what is Ripple? Ripple is the network, the gateway for banking institutions to come into crypto and for crypto to go into banking institutions. But we all know it runs on a very important token called the XRP token. Now, just take that level of thought and apply that to FinPay. FinPay is that gateway that allows the financial institutions to come in and out of crypto, and it all runs on the most integral thing called FTC, the native token, right? So we also have Finbox, which is going to be the web service where you can text people in your community. Anyone that has a wallet ID, you will be able to text them, send them crypto in this social media service that they have developed. FinBill allows different businesses to trade in the financial market. Imagine businesses like banking systems, right? Stores, companies creating bills and trading bills, shipping companies, right? Think about the amount of institutional liquidity that could come into this project when all these different things are launched. We believe FinPay and FinX are next on the list, but let's look at what some of what is already out there, right? Now, FinPay will be handling over 80,000 transactions per second. The main chain, FinMain, is already able to do 7,500 per transactions per second. And what is this all built on? It is running on nodes, people. We have nodes, right? So if you were here in the previous system, the lending and borrowing, what happened? During the entire migration, our capital, our profits were converted into vouchers to enable us to subscribe to the nodes. A lot of us in this call today, some of us maybe didn't understand the value of nodes, right? Guess what? A lot of us didn't understand the value of Bitcoin nodes when they came out. A lot of us never understood the value of Ethereum nodes when they came out, right? A lot of us still don't even understand the value of being in a layer 1, layer 2, or main chain blockchain that tells you they are launching a node. We still don't really understand it. But if you can look at history, what happened with Bitcoin, right? It launched, you would spend thousands of dollars to buy a miner, a GPU, put it in your home, put it in your office, wherever you put it, and then it's doing what? It's mining the cryptocurrency, validating transactions, minting coins out of circulation, and what are you making? Cents, right? You spend all these thousands of dollars and you're making a couple of cents every day. Come on, who would have done this, right? Ethereum, when it came out, if the creator of Ethereum, Vital, called you and said, look, I need you to come look at this project. You're going to be the first person I'm telling the entire world. And you looked at him, you'd have said, young man, I need you to go back home. I am not interested. Why? Because many of us don't understand that when you have a blockchain, right, built on nodes, you have to look at the adoption that is going to come in, and then you can be able to judge how worthy your currency you're producing is going to become, right? So we're going to look at a few things also about this project, right? So FinTalk does not need any introduction. With well over 36 million wallets registered in this ecosystem, the sky is the limit, right? And everything runs on the FTC native token. Also, they have launched their own decentralized exchange. It's at the beginning stages. Currently, it only supports just a few number of tokens. It is yet to integrate all the other tokens that are on the market in a way that it is cross-chain. What does cross-chain mean? It means that I could wake up and I could say, you know what? Let me take this Ethereum and let me change it into Polygon. Let me take this Bitcoin and let me change it into Solana, right? let me change this into that, and it will cross chain and give you equal value through atomic swap. And guess what the fees you're going to pay? FTC in fees, people. So that's the value of what's been created. Today, we'll talk about how we are able to provide liquidity on this decentralized exchange and earn up to 1.2% daily in returns. You would not find this anywhere, right? Decentralized proof of credit. If you are able to build a community inside of this project, there's a time coming very soon where you'll be able to borrow equity on your community. Think about the value, borrow equity on your community. Financial soulbound tokens, a level of KYC on the blockchain. When you go everywhere, blockchain regulators, exchange regulators are talking about, man, they need KYC, right? FinTalk is ahead of the curve, preparing to launch FSBT, financial soulbound tokens, a level of KYC. Now, the most important thing to us that are earning right here today is the native currency called the FUSD stablecoin, right? So when you get into the minting process, what are you minting? You are literally minting a stablecoin that you are able to exchange for USDT or any other currency on this decentralized exchange and take that to your fiat account in any other exchange that you have. So that is the value of what they have created, right? So 840 million tokens issued, 100% of all coins in circulation are coming from the nodes. No pre-sale, no ICO, no VCs. Think about that. This is the basis of a true decentralized cryptocurrency, just like Bitcoin did, right? Just like all these other truly decentralized cryptocurrencies came as a result of no ICOs, no VCs, no special buyers allowed to buy before everyone had a chance to get into the currency. And guess what? All the community members that were in the lending and borrowing that took advantage of the nodes are the ones mining. If you are here today and you are already a part of FinTalk and you have already subscribed to your nodes, do everyone a favor in this call and drop a 7. Let them know that they are looking and talking to the people that are creating every single cryptocurrency that will ever be in circulation for FinTalk. When you go to the Bitcoin conferences, the miners are the most proud and happy people on the blockchain. Why? They don't have to buy Bitcoin. In fact, if you were able to spend a few thousands of dollars a couple of years ago, and you're waking up even to 1 BTC every year, even just 1 BTC every year today, you wouldn't need to worry about what the market is doing. You wouldn't even need to look at any charts. You just come in at the end of the year and you are already holding 1 BTC. And today, that's what's going to happen with us as this coin grows. We'll look at the charts, we'll see the value, we'll see transactions, we'll see holders and all the different things that come as a result, right? So that's what we're going to talk about, the stable coin. So with all that being said and done, I want us to now go into a few announcements that FinTalk has dropped down and then dive into some things like the charts and the PDF that explains how you're able to take advantage of this project that is fairly new, launched last year, changed, retransformed, and on August 1st, launched your staking, right? So if you are here and you are new, you are not late. If you are here and you were a part of it, you thought, that was the best days. I'm about to reassure you that today, FinTalk is 5 to 10 times better than what we had before, right? So let's go into the announcement. So FinTalk announced something very, very interesting. And if you're into crypto and you've seen some of these terms, it makes you feel very confident about the project. They have announced that they are doing a repurchase in their ecology, right? Also, they are going to be doing a destruction plan, which is to burn coins, deplete the supply. You take coins, you destroy it. So if you had 1,000,000 coins and you destroyed 100,000, there's only 900,000 left. Demand is more, price can begin to see some price movement, right? And what happens in crypto? It goes up, it comes down. But when you have mechanisms in place, it ensures that it would then begin to bounce back up, right? So many cryptocurrencies, over 40,000. Go look at the charts. Many of them reached such levels in peak, you would have said, wait, why is it not at this price anymore? It's literally at zero. And many of them are dead because they do not have the three foundations of a true cryptocurrency project. Number one, community. Number two, utility. Then number three, the technology that drives the supply and demand. If you do not have these three things in your cryptocurrency, you'll be a fly-by-night crypto project. And we've seen 1,000 of them come by and keep going, right? FTC will look at the difference. So the cross-chain is going to have a transaction fee. So if you're buying FTC is on three chains for your introduction, right? On the Fin chain, the main chain, and the Binance Smart Chain. One currency, three chains at the moment, right? So if you move your crypto from the BSC chain, now let me see if I can do this. If you move your crypto from the BSC chain onto the Fin chain or the main chain, you're going to get taxed a 10% cross-chain fee, right? Now, this cross-chain fee is what's going to be going into some of the repurchase to what? To deplete the supply, as well as also to reward the liquidity providers who are staking their LP tokens and give them that reward daily from their efforts, right? That is a good amount of tax, keep the ecosystem very, very sustainable, where they will destroy the cross-chain transaction fees collected and maintain the liquidity. Think about it. If I charge you $10 on 1,000, but I remove those coins, I still have the $10 inside of the ecosystem that's going to reward the users FUSD, because we are not earning FTC from staking, we are earning FUSD, right? Which has to be backed by liquidity, USDT. Also, they announced that if you're playing the game Finso, right, this is the only GameFi plays that I know that they are willing to issue a full refund within the near future. Very soon, they're going to implement this feature where they will pay you 0.005% of your total loss every single day until you are fully replenished. What is this going to do? It's going to incentivize gamers to keep buying FTC, keep playing, even if they lose, they have that support that, you know what, I'm going to get it back in a month, in a week, in a couple of days. I'm going to get a little bit of it. I'm going to get some of it. I will go back in and keep trying, because if I could turn one FTC into 5 FTC in a game, I might be willing to risk 5 FTC, knowing that it only takes me one win out of 5 to make it all back. So that's what makes people play games. We've seen so many slots and games where people play, do what? They just keep losing, never get refunded. Some of them we play for free and never make any money, right? So these are the things that were put in this announcement, right? A lot of different things come into this ecosystem. I want you to get excited, because also with FinPay, there will be transaction fees, right? Now, FinPay is going to process over 80,000 transactions per second. That is a million plus transactions per day. Think about it. In fact, actually, per minute. Think about it, right? When you have institutions that need to move large amounts of liquidity, they will be looking for different blockchains that would allow them to transition fiat and move it cross-border. And that is where FinPay comes in. Even if FinPay did 100 million transactions per day in $1 million worth, think about the value in fees, people. Think about the value in fees. Even if it just did $1 million per day and they charge 5 cents in fees, that's well over $50,000 per day. So just think about the magnitude with time. That's what we look at in a cryptocurrency running on its own blockchain. And that's why I believe if you have a node here today, do not feel worried, do not feel bad, do not feel like you need to make money so fast. Just have that mindset that, okay, I'm able to accumulate, I'm able to withdraw. Now, what can I do with it in order to benefit in the long term? And that's where this comes in. The announcement of the FTC Liquidity Pledge. What are you able to do here today? Very, very simple, right? They created the pair FTC FUSDT, which was on their own decentralized exchange. Now they allowed liquidity trading activities, and these have been increasing. We are talking about over close to $90 million in liquidity over the last 80 to 90 hours, people, 3 to 4 days. This launched in August 1st, and we'll show you when we get in the wallet, close to 90 million. A lot of projects, they come, they say, wow, we are a big project, we are shiny, and they only do 10 million in volume in a month. We are talking about in the last 4 days, right? That lets you understand that this ecosystem doesn't need to beg for users. We have to take advantage of it. It's gonna go where it's gonna go. It's up to you to ride the wave. You get in at the bottom, you exit at the top, you get in at the bottom, and you exit at the top. And that is how we move in this crypto space, right? We don't wait till they're knocking on your door and it's everybody's doing it. And you say, oh, I'm gonna go in at the top, because guess what? You're gonna have to take it right down to the bottom before you get back up top again, right? That's what we've seen time and time and again with many crypto projects. So what are we looking at? I'm gonna go into break it down, but I just in basis, what we are doing is that you're gonna find out today that we are able to provide liquidity in the pair of FTC and FUSD, right? And then, which is on the Finswap, the main chain, so FinMain and FUSD, and we have the ability to stake our LP tokens. What is an LP token? In crypto, when you provide liquidity, this is called yield farming, right? When you provide liquidity, the decentralized exchange is run by smart contracts, not people. Smart contracts. They will then reward you with a receipt called a certificate of deposit, right? That's like going into your bank, putting in money and getting a cashier's check or getting a checkbook, and you can write the amount on it. Now, what FinTalk is saying, they're saying bring that receipt, bring that checkbook and stake it, your LP token, stake it, and you will be able to earn these values. We're going to discuss them, and you can choose the period at which you want to lock your stake. So here, no one is locking your capital for 1 year, for 6 months, for 10 months, right? For forever, right? You have the flexibility to choose your level of stake. So we're going to go look at the PDF real quick. And right after that, we're going to jump into the numbers. But before I do, I just want to go real quick into the chart to show you the chart for FTC, right? So a lot of you guys know that when you see green candles is bullish, when you see red candles is bearish, this currency is volatile. FTC is volatile, people. This is not a stable coin expected to go up and expected to go down. But understand that it has currently, and I'm going to go over the numbers, over $26 million in liquidity on the Binance chain. We remember we have close to 90 million on the main chain. We're not even talking about that. 26 million on the Binance Smart Chain, right? 1.6 million in 24-hour transaction volume, over 554,000 holders holding this coin on the Binance Smart Chain, right? With over 3,000 sales resulting in 910,000 in sales, 769 in buys. That's why the price is down 1.5% today. Yesterday it was up 2%. It had about a 1 point something in buys. Every day it's going to be different. But guess what is going to happen? It's going to grow because we are just at the beginning. If you're here on this call, you are literally excited thinking about how you're going to stake. So we're going to show you how you're going to do that. We're going to show you how this would affect the growth of this project, right? But one thing you want to know is that all this data that you see on CoinMarketCap truly doesn't reflect the real buy volume of this project. Why? Because this on-chain data only comes from the Binance Smart Chain. This project is still developing their on-chain data in order to peg it together or in order to have both datas running separately. And I believe that's why they already put that 10% tax, because if you buy from here, they want to make sure, because you're given equity to the BSC chain, they want to tax you when you're coming back into this main chain. Or if you want to leave the main chain and give equity to the Binance chain, they want to tax you that 10%, right? Because a lot of us were first holding the coin on the Binance Smart Chain, and all of us, majority of us, starting from July 12th, July 15th, when we got the announcement that the swap is ready to provide liquidity, we started to move our cryptocurrency. And by moving it through the cross chain, it would literally sell your FTC, but rebuy it on the main chain. So you're going to see a lot of sales. But once this data is put together, can you understand that we are only going up from here, right? So timing is everything. Take advantage, do your research once again, but make sure you take action because that's how you win, right? So let's go right into the staking and how this is done and how we are able to earn, right? So why stake LP tokens, right? Why even do it? You're creating for yourself a passive income stream, right? You go listen to people like Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, all these guys, they will tell you, right? You can have a job, that's called active income. In fact, you can have a skill, that's called active income. But until you are making passive income, you are not truly playing the big boys or the big girls game, right? Which is to make money while you're sleeping. Literally, I went to sleep, I woke up, there is money flowing. Guess what? Around 3 p.m. Eastern, money is gonna come in. Guess what? I'm gonna go to sleep again and it's gonna happen. And that's the same for over 100 people on this call. All of my co-hosts will tell you they have 3 streams of income currently inside this one project. 3 streams of income inside this one project. So we talked about number one being the nodes where you're mining FTC every day. Number two being the staking, right? Where this is a vital part of the ecosystem. You support liquidity provision and earn attractive rewards. So let's go into the rewards. What are you earning? How is the company able to generate these rewards? From trading fees, right? You've seen the millions of transactions that go on every day. There are fees, gas fees, miner fees, pledging fees, fees, and where is it going to? You if you decide to stake, right? Staking rewards. There is money already put back down base capital to pay rewards. Why? Because this project was very liquid with over 3 billion in equity during the lending and borrowing stage. There's enough equity to pay rewards. Then once again, referral rewards. We're going to talk about how you can just tell a friend to take advantage of this and you can create passive stream number 3, right? So let's go down and look at our options, right? So for 7 days, you could earn 1% every single day. 1% every single day for 7 days. And there is a auto reinvest or auto stake function that allows you to be truly passive in the sense that I could lock it for 7 days and then leave it for 100 days. Why? Because every 7 days, it will go back in the cycle. Go back in the cycle, all running on smart contract. I do not have to click any more buttons, but come in and withdraw my earnings. And these earnings, as we spoke of, are going to be in stablecoin, right? In stablecoin. Now, also you can do the 1.1% for 15 days. So you know what? You like to come in every 15 days? Well, you can do that. You have the flexibility, right? Every 15 days, you can turn off the auto stake. So you can manually come in, assess your investment, be like, you know what? I want to take it all out. I'm going home. I'll be back another time. And you can do that, right? Flexibility is important in when it comes to these money games that we play. But my favorite option, 1.2% per day for 30 days. Why? Because we all have monthly bills, right? And I was just telling a friend the other time, you see, when you're playing some of these money games, don't think about it as, oh, we are coming in to make $1 million. That's great. That's a good way to look at it. But just think about it. What bill do I have that I can take care of at the end of the month, right? And if you can think about it that way, then you can look at this chart and give yourself an assessment, right? So you have $10,000, you say you want something great to invest in, right? That's a good idea. That's a good place to start. Why? you can make some real money. So $100 per day. Maybe you want a 7-day run where every 7 days you want to reassess your investment. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm sharing to you information, as you can see on the screen, based on data provided from FinTalk, right? So $700 is what you're going to earn in 7 days. Maybe that's the rent, right? That's half of the rent, but you're making it in 7 days. Maybe that's the car note. You're making it in 7 days, so you pay it and you keep paying. In the month, you would have paid separate $700 bills that you have coming in, and you can decide to exit anytime that you want. That is the flexibility of what you have. Maybe you have much larger bills, so you want to give it time. 1.1%, $110 a day, $1,650 in 15 days, 2 weeks, right? Some people go to work, great jobs, they make $1,000 per 2 weeks, right? Bi-weekly. Maybe you can do this passively, go to your job, make 1,600, invest, and also make 1,600. Now you have two jobs, but you're only in one place at one time, because once again, we are not the Flash, we are not mutants. We are people and we can only be at one place at one time. But with technology, we can be at multiple places at the same time, right? So the next one is 1.2%, 30 days, $120 a day. But what are you looking at? $3,600 per month. Now think about that. That's the rent paid. That's the car note paid. That's shopping paid. That's time with the kids paid. And you can keep doing this and doing this and doing this, because guess what? Whenever you stake, the value of your stake is locked in. The price never changes. If the market goes up on FTC, it doesn't matter. The price doesn't change. And also, if the market goes down, it doesn't matter. The price doesn't change. I believe that is a good incentive that they have given to their community to ensure that you are able to calculate your return on investment over a long period of time, and you will be earning the stable coin called what? FUSD. 1:1. It never changes. Maybe you have a bigger budget, 50,000, right? 500 a day, 3,500 in your first 7 days, 600 a day if you're doing the 30-day run, 18,000 in 30 days, right? At that point, you might say, you know what? I want to exit. I want to exit my 50,000 and put the 10,000 to work and hold on to my 8,000. These are different money games you can play, but this allows you to do it. And that is why I'm going to keep sharing, because when you unlock this level of confidence in what you have in front of you go on to the next step, because many of us have told our friends to go watch a movie, to go eat at that restaurant, right? You go there, you say, yo, the food is really good. I think you guys should go have your birthday over there. Your friends go and spend $2,000-$3,000 over there to have a party. Guess what? They never called you and said thank you. Forget about a thank you. How about they just give you a percentage of it, right? What about the fact that you have told people to buy Jordans, right? And they would tell you that throughout their lifetime, they've probably spent $20,000 in sneakers. But if you were being paid even just a little bit of it, you could have used that to buy your own sneakers, right? But here we have the ability to earn because we put our friends, people, family, business partners in position to do exactly what we did, which is to earn money, right? So the minute you decide to introduce someone to this opportunity and they begin to provide liquidity and stake, right? So you right here on this call today, right? All the lovely people on this call, if you decide to introduce me, for example, right? You introduce me, I say, you know what? I'm going to invest 10,000, try it out, see what's going on, make some money, help my friends, help myself. Cool. You're going to get 0.15% of my whole stake every single day. This is not direct deposit bonus, right? One thing you know about me is I say, well, if you're giving all the money away in direct deposit, then what's making money, right? So here, there's no direct deposit, but every single day, you're going to get paid 0.15% of whatever I have staked. But here's the beautiful part. This is not in stablecoin. You are getting that in FTC. So now can you see the picture, right? I'm going to show you. $15 worth of FTC per day. So let's say for 10 days, you keep earning from my stake, right? That's $150 worth of FTC. Great. Now, what do? I like the project. I go, I tell Abraham, right? I go, I tell Steven. I go, I tell Josh. I go, I tell some of our leaders on here. Crypto pays me daily. I tell Ken. I tell Claire. I tell Cam, Shelly. I tell Dante, right? Whoever I'm telling, Jamal, right? I'm telling Gigs, right? I'm telling all of you on here, and one of you decide that, you know what? Let me also put $10,000 in. You are going to earn, you right here, 0.10% every single day of their stake, right? Every single day, not of what they're making, the entire amount of what they have staked. That would be about $10 a day worth of FTC. 10 days, that's $100, right? So let's say altogether $250 worth of FTC you have earned from just introducing me and me introducing one other person. Or maybe I built a team and their volume is just 10,000, right? Right? Just leave it like that. Now that's 250. What if the next day FTC doubles in price? You have now doubled your earnings from $250 to $500. What if it took another week and FTC multiplied by 10? You would have earned $1,500. Think about that, people. This is the power of FTC, the power of a volatile cryptocurrency that you don't have to buy. You can share the opportunity and make a difference, right? So does it end right there? This is open to everybody. You don't have to qualify for it. The minute you get in, you can do this, you can earn. But here's the beautiful part. There are ranks in this project, meaning that the project is rewarding people that are helping grow the liquidity. Because any crypto project, you look at Ethereum, they have over 6 billion, I think, stake, right? Like that's what keeps the project solid, is the amount of liquidity, the amount of currency that is being held and locked in to hold the base. What is a liquidity pool? That is the bottom of the ocean, right? If you look at the beach, right, and you look at the ocean, what happens? Sand is blown from the beach and goes into the ocean. People can have ships, right? You can have your gold coin. If you drop it, it goes to the bottom of the ocean. We know about treasure being found at the bottom of the ocean. When you provide liquidity, you are the base of the entire project. Everything that goes on in that ocean comes to you. That's why it's important to take advantage of this opportunity on a project that is so new, you cannot even imagine where the sky is, where the limit is, but you can grow a community, right? So you become a general manager once you have 50,000 in team liquidity, right? Your entire team, not just you have to first at least introduce 5 people who are active. Now, based on even just that 5, it could be 100 levels deep. As long as you have 50,000 in volume, you're a general manager, earn 0.2%. That is about $100 a day worth of FTC. Think about it. For just 50,000 in volume, you could be earning $3,000 every single month. We've seen GMs earn anywhere from 100 to 500 per day, right? Because remember, not only are you earning this, but what if 10,000 is on your first level? What if 10,000 is on your second level? We already know that's 15 here, 10 here, 25, right? And then you keep going. So now you can find yourself begin to earn a lot more once your team volume grows. VP, 150,000. What happens? 0.3% of the entire volume. But you're gonna need 2 general managers, right? 2 people from any of these legs, not even your directs. You can bring me on. Maybe I don't work the business that much, but my friend who comes in on the 3rd level, oh no, she's taking the business to another level. So she takes it to the moon. But you wake up, you're benefiting from that because you create 2 GMs in your organization, no matter what level, You become a VP, you're earning anywhere from $200 to about $600 per day, right? SVP, 0.4% of the entire 500,000 liquidity volume, right? Two VPs. What's that gonna earn you? Somewhere around 600 to about $1,500 every single day. Let's do some math over here. As a VP, you're in the six-figure league, right? You know, in America, a lot of people say six-figure league, they're talking about 100,000, right? They're talking about 100,000. So you're able to generate, if you're making about $300 per day, that's about 9,000 per month. That's close to about 100,000 per year, if not more, per year, right? Every year, all because you did 150,000 in volume. And what's that? That's 100 friends investing $1,500. But how do you get 100 friends to do that? You have to start from yourself. You have to be accountable to yourself to make your own stake and then introduce 10 friends. Get them on a call like this. We're doing this twice a day, right? Get them on a call, they get to learn because in learning, they create value. Here, we're not telling anyone to sign up. We're not throwing no links at your face. You create your own options. But when you have information, it gives you confidence to make better options, right? Better options. So then you go ahead, the 10 friends, they do the same thing you did because they found value in the project. Next week, you wake up, you're a VP because 10 friends bringing 10 friends each is 100 people on your second level. At this point, you're a VP, but you're making probably a ton of money because you have all your volume in your first and second levels, right? That's how we grow a community. SVP, 500,000 in volume. What's that? 1,000 people with $500. But you know, some people are coming in with 50,000 on their own. But to be a SVP, it could take you a week, it could take you a month. But are you telling me that you can work your socks off at a job for years only to find yourself making $600 a week? Or would you work your socks off for the next 30 to 90 days in this business and make $600 per day? You put yourself where value is, you find a community that respects the value, that shares the value, and you find a project that is profitable enough to be the vehicle to take you to your level of success. Not everybody can be a master trader. Not everybody can have 1 million stores online. Not everybody can open up a business, but everyone can talk to a friend on their phone, and doing just 10 conversations per day for 30 days can set you off to SVP or ED. ED 0.5%, 2 million in volume. You wake up to $1,500 per day, all the way up to 5,000 per day. Think about that. At $2,000 per day, that is over $60,000 per month. That's more than half a million per year. And all you did was bring in 2 million in volume, right? Now, the biggest rank up here, well, there's one above this, right? But the main rank starts at $6 million in volume, right? 1,000 people who invested $6,000. That's doable, right? Or maybe even less number of people. But 0.6% of the volume you're getting paid, you're doing anywhere from $10,000. And when we saw some of these MDs in FinTalk doing well over $150,000 per day, we knew that this was the right business to push. We knew that this was the right vehicle to take us to the next level. And all you need to do, like my co-host from Jamaica, Sassy, says, put on some elbow grease, just a little bit of elbow grease, put yourself to work, and you could do some big numbers in this project, right? So let's go on to the final stage, which is about to be the end. There's something called an MD plus, meaning that if you help one of your directs also get to MD, guess what's going to happen? You become an MD plus, you earn 0.1% of their entire leg rewards. Crazy. That's 6 million they brought in. You're getting 0.1% of that from them. That is crazy, right? Now, when you have two MDs, it multiplies. You earn 0.2% of each of them. Now you're balling, right? Then when you're an MD plus plus, you have three legs that all become MD, your directs, you are now earning 0.3% of each 6 million leg, right? Now, I'm not even going to do the math at this point, but I believe you should be doing probably about $100,000 or more per day, if not even more, right? So ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to the end of this part of the presentation. Now, I just want to take you through some numbers for the people that are passive on here. But at this point, I want to talk to my team builders, right? If you're on this call and you're a builder and you know that you have seen a compensation plan that outdoes everything on the market, I'm telling you, throughout this wait period, I've been hit with projects from the left, projects from the right. In fact, at some point, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was like, wait, why is there so many projects? And then I look at the compensation plan. They're like, oh yeah, you're gonna get paid direct deposit. That's cool. That's active income. Okay. What if I can't get no more people? What happens? Oh, and then every month you get $1,000. I'm like, wait, is that it? Right? We're talking about a compensation plan that will pay you every day for your time, every day for your effort, 7 days a week. People, if you know you have been inspired, drop some sevens in the chat. If you are a builder and you're ready to take this to the next level, do me a favor, please drop some sevens in the chat. Because all I tell people on my team, look, the big picture is great to focus on, but let's focus on the little picture. Get to GM. 50,000 in volume, over $3,000 per month. Then what do? You have 5 directs. You talk to A, B, C, D, E, Charles, John, Lady, Ruth. You tell them all, I need you guys to get to GM. Try to make some of this money. It's worth it. They go to GM, you're a VP. Guess what they're going to do? They want their friends to go to GM. They talk to their friends to go to GM, you're SVP. They talk to their friends to go to GM, you're ED. Literally, if everyone just focused on being a GM, I believe everyone on this call can hit the rank of MD, right? So if you're a builder and you're inspired, you want to make $10,000 per day, $5,000 per day, 1,000 per day, drop a 7 in the chat. But if you're here and you know what you say, I'm not so used to, being all out there. I'm going to work it up with time, but I need to know that this makes value for myself. I'm going to show you something very simple, right? So let's go on to the chart. So let's say you come in, you have just $1,000, right? And you say, I want to see what $1,000 could do for me, right? Inside of this project. So $1,000 making, and my favorite thing is I'll always do the 30-day stake. Why? It makes the most money. You're going to understand why. So, and I want to calculate what I'm making within a year. So 1.2% daily for 1 year. I'm not adding any more money, right, of my own. I just want to earn, right? Okay. But every month, I want to take what I have made and put it back in. That's just a scenario. This is not advice. I'm not telling anyone to do this, but we are trying to look at the numbers, right? So I want to put what I'm making back in because maybe I could afford to keep working and make my own money, but I want to invest and think about the long term. What's going to happen? I hit the button, calculate, and right here, this is what you end up, a projection for the year, right? You're going to earn over $40,000 in interest. We are talking about a 41x, 40.8x return in 1 year. If you're here and you've heard so many people be in crypto say, yo, I'm trading, I made this amount of money, I do this. They have a skill, an asset that they had to spend thousands of dollars to acquire and years to accumulate through many losses. But you can utilize technology. It's called leverage. And you can do exactly what the experts are doing without having to go through that learning curve. So that's what you can do if you decide to take this project to the next level. What if you say, you know what, I already have 1,000. I want to see what 10,000 can do, right? Same parameters, I'm going to hit calculate. Now, at this point, you're telling me that with 10K, I could set myself for retirement, right? for retirement, because I would have earned close to $500,000. I believe this is something that even somebody who cannot share this opportunity will utilize and will find out they have cousins, brothers, best friends, spouses, exes that they can put on, and they could even build a team and probably make this before they make their return on investment, right? So that's the value of this project. I hope I've been able to inspire you here today. And if you feel inspired, please drop some fire in the chat. Drop some fire in the chat, because what I'm about to do next is I'm going to connect on my Android, and I'm going to do a live deposit, right? I'm going to do a live deposit to show us how it's possible to literally pick up your phone, right? Get some USDT, go inside of the FinTalk wallet, right? The app, and just make a deposit and see how does it feel? What is the process? Is it difficult? Is it complicated? Right? A lot of people were saying FinTalk got complicated. Why? Because it's blockchain this, and I don't know about blockchain. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, let me tell you, FinTalk is a dynamic project that literally has its focus on the community. And what I realized is they literally have created the most simple way to get your crypto in and start earning with just about 3 clicks. If you can hold a phone and push about 3 buttons today, I'm about to show you, right? So let me see if I can stop sharing here. But while we are on here, please drop some fire in the chat. Drop some fire in the chat. Drop some fire in the chat, right? Drop some fire in the chat. Drop some fire in the chat for me. Let me go on to share from my screen. Okay, great. So this is what it looks like when you have the FinTalk app, right? So as you can see, the announcements are all at the top. If you're here and you don't know what's going on in FinTalk and you're already an existing member, it means you're not active about your own investment, right? It means you're the type to invest and not even care what you're doing, right? So you need to go and read the announcements and learn about your own project. That's the first thing you want to do, right? Everything is right here. Every single thing is right here. Now, what's the next thing you're going to do? If we're going to talk about the notes really briefly, right? Because I want to show that. So at the bottom, you have profit, right? At the very bottom, you see FTC, profit, browser, and wallet. But before I get there, let's say you have this app. You're like, you know what? I want to help a friend get started. You will click on 2 invites, right? In order to get your link to help them download the wallet. You click copy link, they will download the wallet, and they will begin to earn every single day. That's it, right? Now let's take this, right? Let me do this. So now we go to profit. As you can see, profit is right here. Profit is where you're going to see your nodes, where you're going to do the staking, where you get all your earnings, right? Now, next to profit is the FTC logo. This is where you do all exchanges. If you're trying to trade, and I'm going to use the terms right, trade, which is to buy and sell any type of currency within this FTC space, you go to FTC, okay? Then the next part is you go to wallets. So let's go to wallets, right? We go to wallet. Here you can hold your crypto. As you can see, you can have all types of crypto on here. You can even add all types of other crypto to your wallet and hold it. This is a decentralized wallet with 12 words, people, with your 12-word seed phrase, right? With, okay, the toolbar is in the way. Got it, got it, got it. Okay, right? All types of cryptocurrencies right here, you can add it, right? So that's the value of the wallet. So this project is not something that is just a fly-by-night. They have developed a decentralized wallet technology, allows you to just even just use it for the purpose of the wallet, right? Now, if you want to swap between all types of FTC, right? Your FTC, we got three different types. As you can see, we have the, let me do this first. We have the Fin FTC main, right? The main in green. We have the Fin in orange, right? And then we have the FTC BEP20, the Binance version with the yellow ticker next to it, right? So if you want to change the color of the jersey on all your FTCs, I'm making this very simple. If you have FTC B, C, D, whatever it is, and you want to change the color of the jersey, the only place you go to is swap. And that is the only thing swap is used for, to change the color of your FTC jersey, right? Very, very simple to understand. So now what are we going to do? We are going to go to profit because we want to look at how you can remove your mining rewards, right? Now, the mining is only for those who have the nodes. If you cannot see my screen, please, you need to log out and log back in because everyone else can see the screen, right? So you would, right here where it says my mining, right? This is where you would go to start to withdraw your mining rewards, right? This is where we had our vouchers. If you see any dollar amount here, that is not money. That is the voucher amount that you had and you were supposed to use it to get the node. So my node for this mining value is in here, mining, right? So let me go to my mining and you can see a few things. So far, all of this FTC has been mined and released, and all of this has been mined and is unreleased until about December 4th. The floodgates is going to open on the currency where there'll be more supply available, right? So right now, only 2.9 has been released and 14 million is unreleased. So in this wallet, I am able to extract today 0.0016 FTC, but I still have for the long term, the future, more FTC being stored away for me until around December 4th when I can extract everything I've been accumulating that you can see has been coming here in the release. Every single day, different amounts get released. Every single day, it's been increasing. Every single day, it's been increasing. Different amounts get released, right? Gets released, right? So I'll click on mining withdrawal. I'll click on extract, and then I would withdraw my mining, right? Just like that. Success, right? Succeeded, right? I go back, then I go to my wallet, and it would have been added right here. As you can see, this just got added, right? This just got added, and it took seconds, right? That's how fast this blockchain is, people, right? So now what do? We are done with that. Let's go to how someone who's new can be able to stake. But before, I want to show you how you can use the swap and how you can use the exchange, right? So I'm going to take this FTC 21.1 FTC. So let's just say about 21 FTC that I have right now. And I'm going to change the color of this jersey by going to swap, right? So I'm going to go to swap. Then I'm going to change it from FTC Fin, the orange jersey, and not to BEP20. I don't need the BEP20, right? But I'm going to change it to FTC main. So in order to do that, sorry, first I will click here to change it. So let me change it. Then I will click here where it says FTCM. That's where I'll find the FTC main, right? So I'm going to click on FTCM, and then I'm going to select FTC main, right? And then I'm going to change that 21, click on local wallet, and then click on swap. So now transaction has been broadcasted. This is a cross chain from the fin chain to the main chain, right? So when I look at the bottom here, I can see my transaction record, right? It's now processing. The timer is still running. When it's done, it would say success, right? Just like the other transactions before, right? It's cross-chaining, right? It's gonna have transaction hash, everything at the bottom when it's done, right? So for now, let's give it a few seconds, right? It's gonna come back in my wallet once it's completed inside of the FTC main, right? So I'm gonna swap the fin for main. But remember, anytime you're swapping your fin, you need to leave some of the fin to cover the gas fee, because when I was doing it, there was a fee that was being charged of about, let me see. Well, I can't really see it in this wallet. But as where it says cross-chain fee, is almost nothing, right? It's called dust. I call it dust. It's gonna be cents on pennies, literally almost negligible. But you want to leave some of your FTC to cover your fees, right? So once that cross chain is done, it's gonna show up in my FTC main. Now, that's the fastest way to get FTC main for those that have the nodes. You first withdraw from your node, right? And then you can swap any amount. In fact, you can swap as little as 0.0001, right? You can do swaps of as little as 0.0001. So it doesn't matter how much you have produced. You can always swap it into the main, right? Now, okay, it's done. As you can see, the cross chain has been completed. Those of you in crypto, you can text in the chat, how long do cross chains take? Some of the best blockchains is 15 minutes, right? Some of them is 2 hours, right? Here, it took less than 2 minutes to get the cross chain, right? So now what is the next thing that we do? I want to change my FTC main to the stablecoin, because let me go to profit. I want to show you something. Here in profit is where you will find the liquidity pledge. This is where you go to provide liquidity, right? This is where you go to provide liquidity and do your staking, right? You can do it all in one shot. Now, remember, I told you, FinTalk is now very, very simple and duplicatable. You don't have to go through the old process of manually providing liquidity by getting all separate coins and going into provide liquidity, then coming back here to stake your liquidity. Right where it says liquidity pledge under profit, you can do all of that in one shot. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to liquidity pledge, and then you will see that it's demanding under quick pledge. This is where you go. If you know, first of all, if you know you like things simple, drop a 1 in the chat. If you know you like to make your money in a simple fashion, drop a 1 in the chat, because all you need is quick pledge. You don't need to think about anything else. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to complicate this for yourself. Just go to quick pledge. But when you go to quick pledge, make sure you have some FTC main to cover your gas fee. That's all you need. $5, $2, $1. It's enough to cover your gas fee, right? So here, I'm going to change the USDT BEP20 to the stable coin that I have, right? So some of you might have TRC20. Some of you might have ERC20, especially my people in US who buy from Coinbase, right? You can use that. And for me, today's example, I'm going to have FUSD, the stable coin, the last one, right? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to, now, where do I go if I want to exchange or do purchases of FTC or any currency on this blockchain? Anyone here that want to help? I will go to this FTC button. That's where I do all buying and selling and all trading. The only place I change the jersey is in swap, right? So I come right here, I click on FTC, I come on the main chain under exchange, right? And then I will swap this position, put FTC main at the top, FUSD at the bottom. Now, if I put 20 FTC, what is that, right? So I'll put 21. Let's see, 20.5. Great, right? So I'm going to swap, I'm going to exchange 20.5 FTC main into the stablecoin FUSD. So I hit on exchange and then I just verify again. Now it's going to confirm, and in about 2-3 seconds, it's going to complete. You look at the transaction ID on the blockchain, it says success, completed, right? Think about that, completed. Now I will go back, right there is done. That fast, right? If you're in the main chain, 7,000 transactions per second, it is done already, right? So here, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to my wallet just to check, right? Let me just check. Where is my FUSD? Right there, $1,000, right? $1,000. So now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go back to, now that I have the stable coin, I'm gonna go to profit, right? Then in profit, I'm gonna click on liquidity pledge, right? Liquidity pledge. Then I'm gonna go to quick pledge, right? Quick pledge. Type in the amount, but first change the USDT to FUSD. My balance is $1,008, right? I'm going to, when you do a quick pledge, this is what the system is doing for you. And I'll explain, right? They actually, you know what's crazy? FinTalk is going to explain to us what this means, right? So I'll put 1,000. And as you can see, I am going to get my LP tokens, right? Now, what is the value of the token? Not the price. The token is a receipt. So I'm going to receive 70 receipt papers, 6.5555 extra, right? So let's say 70.6 paper receipts or coin receipts. That's what I'm getting, my receipt. This receipt is going to be staked for 30 days, giving me 1.2% a day, and I don't have to do anything, right? So I'm gonna hit on quick pledge. Give me 1 second. For some reason, my screen is acting up. I don't know. Let me see. Let me stop the sharing. All right, let me post this.
Yeah, maybe you can stop sharing and share again.
But can you see my screen? Okay, so when we come to the quick pledge, the minimum pledge amount is $100, right? That's for the quick pledge. The minimum amount is $100, either USDT or FUSD. So now let me put in FUSD, and I'm going to need my FTC main for gas fee 0.013. I have that, right? So I'll put in 1,000. I get 70.65 receipt coins, right? And then I hit quick pledge. But before I do, here, FinTalk explains. They explain what the quick pledge is. Right here, they explain it. So they tell you, in order to make things easy, when you put your USDT, they will convert it to the FinTalk stablecoin. They will swap half of it for the FTC. They will pair both of them and put them into liquidity. They will get your LP tokens and they will stake your LP tokens all in one transaction. All I have to do is click confirm, and I'll be able to earn $11.9712 a day, right? 1.2%, right? and I'm expected to earn within the end of the month 360 stablecoin, right? That's what's going on. So all I need to do here at this point is click confirm. And this button here, recharge, basically means that every month I don't have to come and do it again and again. It would automatically stay in and keep earning every single day. So I hit confirm. Once again, just verify, and all I do is watch it process and done. That's it, right? I scroll down. When you look, it's processing, right? It's processing. So because it's going to do all those activities, it might take about a minute, sometimes two. But while we are waiting, the next question is, where do you see your rewards every 24 hours? It is not every day that you wake up. It's 24 hours from the exact time that you stake. So if I stake at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, I expect to see my rewards by 1:05 in the afternoon the next day, right? And I will come right here where it says total staking rewards. Already I had done a stake, right? So I'm just going to show you. I think it's already processed since I can see the amount here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on total staking rewards. And right here, you can see, let me put this down. You can see that I have earned yesterday because I had $200 in, or I think, yeah, somewhere around $200. I had earned 2.2 FUSD, right? And the last 2 days, I have earned 4.4 FUSD, right? So what do? I withdraw it. I withdraw it, right? I can withdraw every day. I click withdraw, confirm. Let me go back. There is a 5% fee for withdrawals. One of the ways FinTalk makes money. So think about people withdrawing $1 million a day, right? 10 million a day, 5% always is being received by the company. Think about the different ways that equity and profits is being generated in order to ensure that we all win in this project, right? So I just hit on this, and that's it. Done. Withdrawn. That's simple, right? And I'm going to show you my wallet. Now, when you do the staking and you want to redeem your capital, all you do is make sure your auto recharge is off, right? That means that every single time your contract ends, your capital is going to be available right here. So my principal pledge is 85 LP tokens, meaning that on the day that I decide to turn it off and wait for it to come in, it would all show up right here. It would all show up right here at the redeemable principal, right? It will all show up right there, and I will click on redeem in order to receive my LP tokens. What you're going to receive is your LP tokens. Once you're done receiving your LP tokens, you would be able to remove your liquidity to get your crypto. That's it, right? That's it. So that's how simple it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I was able to help give some clarity today. You can see that my $8 came in, right? I have 28 now when I had 20. My $8 came in. And this brings us to the end of the presentation. Let's go and check if my LP, I don't know if I resumed recording, but I think I did, right? Great. So let me go check. As you can see, it says pledged, right? It says pledged, meaning that it has been pledged. And that brings us to the end of this presentation. My job here today was to not only educate us on the value of the technology, the utility, and the community, but also how we can take advantage of this and make some money on the blockchain in a way like no other, right? I keep saying there's so many great things out there, but there is no FinTalk, right? And that's why we value what we have. So without any further ado, without saying too much, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording at this point.